Hello, YouTube. How you doing? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. This is Keith Kevin Ken. I'm Kevin. Time again for our knife of the day. Every single day, we're going through my collection, knife by knife, day by day. I figure it'll take about a year and a half. It's a pretty sizable collection. We're starting with the Spydercos, and we're starting with the Spyderco discontinued knives. And yeah, this is one of the newer discontinued knives. The knife of the day today is the Spyderco Sage 4. Yeah, this is the odd one out of the Sage series. The Spyderco Sage series is a wonderful series of knives. 5 different lock makers, knife lock makers, 6 different knives. This knife is the 4th one in the series, and it represents Almar. Almar popularized the back lock, really brought it into prominence. And what Spyderco does, the format of each of the Sage knives are exactly the same. Exactly the same, okay? So you get a 3-inch blade, and that 3-inch blade is the Spyderco leaf blade. Full flat ground leaf blade. Wonderful, wonderful slicer. Just a wonderful EDC knife. Each of them have that 50-50 choil that I love in the front, jimping going up to the Spidey hole and jimping right there to give you good grip. It just fits just perfectly. I like a smaller knife, and 3-inch blades are perfect for me. All of them are like that. Where they change is in the handle. And the big change, of course, is the lock. Okay? So the first one is a liner lock. The second one is a Chris Reeve integral lock. They have a whole bunch of different. The bolt lock is the third one. And there are 2 of those knives. You'll actually see that knife, those 2, on the knife of the day sooner than you see Sage 1 and Sage 2, which is still available. The other Sage 3 is discontinued, so we'll get to that one before we get to the other ones. This is Sage 4 that represents the back lock and Almar, and Sage 5 was just released in 2016, and that represents Spyderco's compression lock. Sage, meaning the wise men who put together these locks, they are the sages. And this is Almar. Just a wonderful custom maker. This knife, we've talked about the 3-inch blade, 3-inch with that Spyderco leaf blade. S30V steel. Remember, all the knives are like this. S30V steel. The difference is the handles, and oh, this is a doozy. This really is a doozy. I love this knife. It's discontinued because a lot of people did not love it. Okay? You know, sometimes Spyderco will discontinue a knife because it's a sprint run, a special knife, a limited edition knife. But for the most part, they stop production on a knife because they don't continue to sell. Sage 1 and Sage 2, very popular. They continue to sell. I'm sure that Sage 5, the compression lock, will continue to sell. This one stopped selling. And here's the ironic thing about discontinued knives like this. Remember, this is a relatively new knife. What, 2-3 years ago it was released? It's probably the most expensive and hardest to find now. It has shot up in price, and they're hard to find. I love it. Grab you one. Full tie bolsters. I mean, I love it because it brings the old style into the new. Full tie bolsters. And the transition into this wonderful Arizona ironwood. This Arizona ironwood is just wonderful. They have black screws on all of them to go so that it pulls everything together. Of course, the back lock to me from Spyderco is one of their strongest locks, their most evolved locks. They even developed something called a power lock for their bigger knives. That's a back lock, but two pieces and more complex. Of course, you have the titanium bolster, you have the Arizona ironwood, and then another thing that all of the knives have is my favorite deep carry clip, the wire clip. And here you can see that they made it kind of blend into the ironwood. Just a wonderful knife. You know, when you put titanium and wood together, the knife is a little bit heavier than the other ones. This is 4.2 ounces, but it's distributed nice. It feels good. I'll also tell you that with that titanium and the wood, it does feel the hand real nice. I love that they go with the wire clip because it just disappears. You don't feel it at all. And it's nice in the pocket. Again, this is a little heavier, and now it is a collector's knife. But boy, it can be used very much as an EDC, just like all of them. The carry is just left, right, tip up. I like tip up. So left, right, tip up. They didn't want to mess up those bolsters. This is a great knife. 7.1 inches overall. This, my friends, is our knife of the day. It is the Sage 4. Sage 4 celebrating the back lock. And to me, I like my knives a little smaller, but if you like a 3-inch knife, then I think you'll like this. You know, the Para 3 3-inch knife. The new Sage 5 3-inch knives. A lot of us like those 3-inch knives out there, and this is a nice one. If you can find one, grab it, because now it is a collector's item, and it's a really nice knife that you can use as well. That, my friends, is the knife of the day. If you enjoy these daily discussions about knives as we go through my collection, knife by knife, day by day, thumb it up. That's like a clap for me. It doesn't bring me money or anything. It just lets me know that I should continue. Also, don't forget to share. You can share the link with other people. And subscribe. That'll help a lot. Trying to hit 2,000 subscribers. And don't forget to turn on your notifications. As I buy new knives, I'll be putting up a lot of different videos as well. And, of course, every single day, including today, I'll post the pocket dump deconstruction. We've been doing that for over a year now. Everything that I post are in nice, neat playlists. Man, there's so many knives, so much discussion. You and I have really talked about a lot of knives. And guess what? You and I are going to continue to talk about a bunch of knives. This is the knife of the day. Thank you very much for watching. Another discontinued Spyderco. We'll continue this. Don't worry, we're going to get to all the modern Spydercos. We're going to end the Spyderco collection on the last knife that I buy. And I haven't bought that knife yet. That's it, you guys. You have a perfect day. Keep those pockets full. Goodbye.